start April. First, we have to understand what's going on here. So this loan starts on April 7th. It ends on August 5th. And then whoever makes some partial payment on June 18th. And this amount is $500. All right, and our end date was August 5th, right? So let's figure out the number of days in between each period here. So how many days were in between there and between there? We're going to use that table again. So this is going to be 72 days. And then between here is 48 days. Right, so originally it would have been this total. How many days is it in total? 80, 120. So it would have been 120 days total. It was a loan that was for 120 days, but this person made some partial payment. They got some money and they're like, all right, I want to put it towards this loan. And the government said, when you do that, okay, now you should be reducing your principal. But before the government stepped in, the banks were still charging 5.5% on the original principal. Okay, so now we want to figure out the interest in each period. So from April 7 to June 18. So this is 72 days. The interest is going to be equal to the principal, which is 1,400 times 0.055. Now, this is where the banker's rule comes in. So it's 72 days out of the whole year. We're going to use 360 days. So that's the part of the year that we are paying this interest rate and pay on this principal. So I highly recommend that you do this while I'm doing it to make sure you can type it in your calculator properly. So I'm getting $15.40. So the partial payment, so in total, we have 1,400 plus 1,540. And we're going to minus now the $500 partial payment. So this is going to give us our new principal. All right, this is the interest here. And this is our payment. So this is our new principal, is $914, $15.40. So now this person is going to be paying 5.5% on only the $915.40, not on the $1,400. Okay, so next. The second period is going to be from June 18 to August 5th. And this is only 48 days. All right, so try to compute the interest that is due in this period. Our principal is now different. It's still 5.5%, but it's of a smaller number.
I got 6.71.
Good. That's the amount of interest now in that period. So then so the total amount due it's that principal that's left over plus the interest of 671. So it's $922.11. If I did my math correctly, I'm going to check, which is what you should always do with homework, and try to do it in your head first. Let's see if it seems reasonable too. Yep, 922.11. So this is due on August 5th. Well, what's the total interest that was paid? So let's just investigate this one. So the total interest paid using the United States rule was $1,540 plus $671. So it looks like it's about $22 or so. And then Sean, I think, got the answer or something close. So this looks like it's $22.11. So this is the total interest paid with the US rule. What was the total interest paid if we didn't use the US rule? So it's going to be 1,400 times 0.055. And then 120 over 360. This is only 120 days out of the year. So you can see how the consumer pays a little bit less now. $20.67. Good, I heard somebody, I think.
Yes.
Okay, so that might seem negligible to you. Like, okay, so now this person only had to pay, what, like $3 less? But think about if you had a loan of $1 million or something, then this becomes more significant, this change. So basically, the idea, the United States government said, okay, if you're going to prepay your loan, it must reduce your principal because 5.5% of 1,400 is different than 5.5% of $915. You're going to end up paying less interest. Okay, so that's what the United States rule is. So I have this also worked out in the back on page 26 and 27. And then I also have question 38 worked out as well from the classwork packet. So you can use that as reference when you're doing your homework.